Today, for the very first time, I'm drawing a food-themed doodle. I'll walk you through the whole process and share a few helpful tips along the way. So follow along and let's dive into it. To start, I'm going to sketch a few ideas that I'll use later in the final composition. Just a few quick drawings to warm up and get my mind into it. Once I'm done with that, I'll move on to the main composition. I always prefer sketching on paper. I feel like I have more control and precision when I draw the traditional way. When I begin a sketch, the first thing I do is lay down a loose idea of what I have in mind. I already have a clear idea for the composition of this drawing. I want it to look like a bunch of veggies running away from some giant fast food characters. I'm also planning to add one all-powerful veggie who's immune from the attacks of the fast food characters. For the veggies, I'll use cartoon expressions that look scared and panicked. And for the fast food characters, I'll give them some evil expressions to really push the contrast. Okay, now that the sketch is done, I'm bringing everything into Procreate to start the inking process and really bring the lines to life. Once I open Procreate, I'm going to create a new canvas and set the size to 3000 by 3000 pixels. Then I'm going to add the sketch and resize it until it fits nicely across the whole canvas. Before we get started, I'm just going to name this layer and then create a new one on top for the inking process. After that, I'll set the ink layer as a reference. For inking, I always use the Studio Pen and set the size to around 12%. I also crank the streamline all the way up and keep stabilization at about 60%. Now that I've got the settings just right, it's time to bring these lines to life. I'm really liking how this is turning out. Let's move on to the next step. To start, I'm going to create a new layer below the ink layer. Alright, now let's head to the color palette and pick some colors that fit the vibe of our drawing. Now I drag and drop my colors into this layer. For the shadows and highlights, I'm going to create a new layer above the color layer. Then I grab the chalk brush and pick a darker version of the base color to add the shadows. After that, I use the same approach for the highlights, just with a lighter version of the base color. I do this for all the shapes. As a final step, I pick a cool font and add my name to finish it off. I usually resize it to around 20 to 30% and place it in one of the corners. And that's it. I hope this video has inspired you to doodle. Want to see me draw something next? Drop your ideas in the comments, and thanks for watching.